Hey you guys, what's up? It's your boy Desi Divine here, and we are back with a all new episode of It's Giving Sagittarius, one and only Desi Divine. Catch it. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Let's go ahead and get into the theatrics of it all. First of all, I'm going to start with off my mental health check, honey, because that is the most important thing. If your mental health is not correct, there's no point of even getting behind this camera with this wig and makeup on, honey. So yes, getting into the theatrics of it all, let's get into my mental health. Mental health is on a 10, honey. I just had a great Christmas, honey. I have a lot to be thankful for. I have my own home, I have my own car, I have my own job. I have a lot of things to be grateful for. I'm 32 years old. If it's not giving, it's not giving. I know that I need to stand up for myself a little bit more, and I need to voice my opinion and not give a fuck who likes it or not. Sometimes when you stand up for yourself, sometimes when you stand on your ground, when you stand on your own, when you stand on your own 2 feet, when you stand on business, that will cost you sometimes people, that will sometimes cost you things. So, you know what they say, it's lonely when you get to the top, honey, peace included. So, and I'm leaving it at that. I'm not going to play the games. I'm not going to go through the theatrics. I'm not going to do the pile up. I'm not going to do the 2 against 1. I'm not doing anything that is negative, anything that is coming from a place of hate, jealousy, shade, or whatever. In my world, communication is key. If we have a problem, we need to say that. I don't do passive aggressive, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Moving forward, honey. Not too much in this video, honey. I'm really more focused on getting my drag back together. Like, I really want to start doing back drag videos. I follow a couple of content creators on YouTube that actually be inspiring me to get back onto YouTube, because when I first moved in this house 3 years ago, I used to do drag all the time. I used to make videos like out the ass. And, you know, unfortunately, a situation had happened in my life where it caused me to be deteriorated from what I, kind of love the most, which is doing drag videos. And then things, just the way that things had just turned out and the way things played out, life is a little bit different. But I'm saying all that to say I'm grateful it happened to me. I'm grateful I went through that, because look where I am today. Not only am I over 80 pounds lighter, I'm in a different mind space. I'm in a different headset. And I'm still here, honey. I'm still here. So that is nothing but the power of God, the power of Christ. And speaking of Christ, I need to get back into my religion. I need to get back closer to God, because there is a lot of, I wouldn't say there's a lot of turmoil in my life, but there is a lot of chaos. There is unspoken chaos in my life. And part of that is I'm really to blame, because I allow things to be bigger than what it is. I don't speak up on things when I need to. And I'm so afraid, I wouldn't say being alone, but I don't want to rock the boat with somebody that I'm cool with, or I don't want to say something that will maybe piss that person off. But I have to think about Desmond, because I don't go home with anybody else but Desmond. I don't wake up in my skin. I don't wake up in anybody else's skin but mine's. So I have to do what's I feel right. And irregardless if somebody's not going to like it, it is what it is. It is what it is. Just like at my job, certain girls are upset that I'm not speaking to them, or they're mad that I'm not giving them a conversation that they think I should be giving them. Honey, we're at work to make a coin and go home. I only do personal stuff on personal time. I never do personal anymore at work, because I learned in the past, you don't put your personal problems, you don't mix that at work. Like, whatever you got going on at home, you leave that shit when you at work. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm learning to love myself, and I'm learning for forgiveness. And unfortunately, sometimes you really do come to the end of the road with people. I'm not really trying to make it that video, but I have to just be true to myself. Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to be in a friendship, a relationship with anybody where I can't speak my mind, or I'm not going to be with somebody or be cool with somebody that is passive aggressive. If you don't like something, or if you feel a certain way about something, the grown thing to do is to speak on it. Now, don't tell me it never was a big deal or it never was an issue, because if it wasn't an issue, shade would not be thrown. And what we're not going to be doing in 2026 is dealing with shade, especially passive aggressive shade from people that you so call your friends. So that's not going to happen, and I don't give a fuck who is upset about it. I will be respected like I respect everybody else. I also feel like we need to control other people that has nothing to do with our business. Bitch, if I'm only arguing with you, ho, I don't need anybody else in the sideline getting in my business or getting in my conversations. Let's stop that shit. Again, that 2 against 1. If you supposed to be a real friend, honey, why are you piling up on somebody? Why are you making it worse by making your 2 commentary, your 2 cents into it, honey? If I piss people off, I piss people off. I'm going to be respected. I'm going to say how I feel. I'm not going to keep holding it in. Like, no, I'm not going to be disrespected anymore. I'm not going to allow shade. I'm not going to allow no pile on bullshit, honey. I don't give a fuck what you think. You think what you think. So, what did I say in my last video? I don't give a fuck who you are, bitch. You gonna come correct when you come to me every time. And that's just what it is. You know, I'm 32 years old and I'm sitting here nurturing relationships that I have no business nurturing. If it's supposed to be a real friendship, if it's supposed to be real, it should never be this hard. It should never feel like, I should not have to feel like, why is that comment really, you know, no. That is part of my mental health. Just don't come to me with the bullshit anymore. Just don't come to me with the bullshit. We joke, I joke, but sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I damn don't need a cosigner, bitch. I don't need a cosigner, and I'm just being real. So with that being said, work is fine. I'm getting back into my drag. I'm getting back into being who I am. I'm becoming back to the bitch that I was when I was on Married to Wellstar, honey. When I was back on Married to Wellstar, honey, bitches hated me, honey, because I spoke my mind, bitch. And I'm gonna have to go back to that shit because being quiet, don't saying anything, that just gets you run over, and people think they can come at you crazy, bitch. And when you respond to the situation or when you respond to disrespect, hoes want to sit there and say, I'm being dramatic or I'm being extra. No, bitch, it's called holding your ass accountable. Something you ain't never been taught before, or something you ain't never went through before, bitch. Because if you did, honey, that would not be your response, honey. So like I said, I will be correcting girls. I won't have no girls around me. That's just what it is. So with that being said, honey, I'm going to go because I already can tell I'm feeling hype, but I'm not really too hype. It's really not that big of a deal. But, you know, this is part of my life. I have to say how I feel. And I don't give a fuck if who likes it or who don't like it. It is what it is. This is my life. This is my show. I'm the producer, the CEO, bitch. And I don't live my life for no hoe around this building. No hoe around this earth. I don't live for none of you girls. I only live for Jesus, honey. And that's the only person that matters when it comes to any opinion. Nobody else's opinions matter. If you think I'm fraudulent, if you think I'm fake, if you think I'm shady, if you think I'm this, I think I'm that, girl, think whatever you want to think, honey. It does not pay my bills. It don't pay my rent, honey. I promise you that. The only thing that it solidifies or it may take care of is just company, honey. I know how to talk to myself, honey, and not respond. I know how to get on TikTok, girl, and I know how to find other people in my life. So I'm going to have to trust myself, and this is part of the journey. There's certain things that I really don't like, and I'm not going to go all the way in because this is really not the platform for it. However, me being a, YouTube girl, I'm going to let y'all know what's kind of going on in my world. Like, again, that's not the reason why I have not been filming, but at the same time, there has been things going on, instances that I have not spoken on and will not really speak on, but I gave you a light synopsis. So, yeah. I'm Desi Devon with 3 N's, bitch. You know where to find me. And I encourage you guys to stay tuned for more episodes, more of my truth in Desi Devon's way. The only way that I know. Well, God's way, but I'm speaking for me, like my way, not nobody else's, none of that. So, with that being said, be true to yourself, honey. Be true to yourself. If you don't stand up for yourself, you'll fall for anything, honey. And I'm not going to continue to do that anymore. I'm willing to lose relationships, business deals, friendships, whatever, when it comes to my respect, because I will be respected as much as I respect other people. I won't be attacked, and I'm not going to allow myself to feel like I'm being attacked. So with that being said, this is Desi Divine, and I'm out. I'm going to move on, but bitch, I'm going to talk about it as I move on. And that's okay. That's okay. That's my life. This is my choice. Not nobody else. I'm not doing it for nobody else but me. On that note, I'm gonna see you girls later, and I will see y'all on the next video. Mwah. Discuss.